Please stand as you are able for the reading of the Gospel. The Holy Gospel according to John, the 2nd chapter. On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine gave out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what concern is that to you and to me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now standing there were 6 stone water jars for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to them, "Fill the jars with water." And they filled them up to the brim. He said to them, "Now draw some out, and take it to the chief steward." So they took it. When the steward tasted the water that had become wine, and did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the steward called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and then the inferior wine after the guests have become drunk. But you have kept the good wine until now." Jesus did this, the first of his signs in Cana of Galilee, and revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. The Gospel of the Lord. Please be seated. It was last Wednesday when the first confirmation class for the new group of confirmants met. We have a great group, and I am excited to explore their faith with them and to get to know them. We talked about things and people that influence us. Think about it. What has a big influence on you? Hopefully your faith and God, but also things like the internet, your friends, your best friends, fashion maybe, and so on. One thing that surprised me was that almost all the confirmants said that a big influence on them is weather. I guess that's true for me too. But since moving here about 1.5 years ago, I think it has rained fewer than like 20 times, and often even at night. I remember living in the Bay Area before, and especially winter and early spring, it would rain so much. Weather was a big influence. But only then it would rain a lot, and so you would have these conversations like, "I know it's raining so much right now, but we really need it." We really need it. That would come up again and again. And here we really need it too. I have to water my plants outside often. Water is obviously so important for the agriculture and our tap water. When it was raining so much in the Bay Area, the water, unfortunately, brought a lot of ants into our house. They wanted to get away from the rain, and they wanted to come into our dry house, which I understand, but of course I did not like it. But I do have to say ants are fascinating creatures. I find them interesting when they are outside. As a kid, on the way to school, I would watch bugs and ants, and I would notice how busy and diligent they are. They carry stuff around, and they all know where to go, and they know what their task is, and they have a job in the hive. All these ants are needed for the hive to, first of all, even exist, and they are needed for it to work out. So if there are not many ants, there's no hive. And if they do not fulfill their purpose, the hive does not work out. God's organism, the parishes, as we are one, has these different elements in a similar way too. And so it is the Corinthian text, our second reading, that I would like to talk about. It is about different tasks and jobs too. Paul talks about the people who have that variety of gifts, service, and activities. I really like how Paul lifts up gifts, services, and activities. They're all separate. It is not just about something that you are good at, or about something that you do or that you give. The Bible text is often chosen for Pentecost because of the emphasis of the Spirit giving these gifts to people. The text makes one point very clear. Church is not all about the pastor. Phew. I'm glad we established that. For Paul, the utterance of wisdom and of knowledge are gifts. And I hope many pastors have these gifts through the Spirit, but Paul points out how there are many, many more gifts, services, and activities, and they all are for the common good. The church is made up of many different people. We are all different backgrounds, different points of views, and God brought us together. God's vision is about many different people who each bring something that is needed. Like the antive, there are many different tasks. Not everyone can do the same, but we need all of it and everyone for the church to work out. That such a collaboration is possible in a church means God gave everyone a gift. It is a team effort. We work as a team and every gift is important. The fact that Paul is stressing this so much is because the church of Corinth had a problem with inequality. There was an ongoing conflict in that church of some people thinking that they are better than others. Some had more money, more influence than others. Some had gifts like speaking prophecy or the gift of healing. And they thought those gifts were more important than less, let's say, flashy gifts. Paul says that's not true. There are no gifts that are more important than others. There are no services or activities more important than others. To each is given the manifestation of the Spirit for the common good, he writes. And this happens in a variety of gift services and activities. God did not give everything to one person or to a few. Everyone is something they bring. No one is here by coincidence. We need every gift. Because it might be something that someone else is lacking. I, for example, am not that musical, and many others in our parish are. We have an amazing music group at both churches. If only I had to sing or make music, I would feel miserable and you would feel miserable. Recognizing and utilizing the different gifts in people is something I cherish about the Lutheran Church. People participate in the service by reading, by singing, giving communion, ushering, taking pictures, being an acolyte, setting up the altar guild, and forgiving when we share the peace. And we pray for each other out loud or in the silence of our hearts. And everyone is invited to do these jobs. We don't say someone can't do something because they are male or female or old or young. But it doesn't stop there. Some people do parishioner visits. They do calls, write cards. They take care of the church grounds, do Sunday school or WOW, help or do coffee hour. or are on the church council. And it even comes down to services like being a good listener and checking in on each other at coffee hour. It is beautiful how God has given different gifts to different people. That is amazing to me. You are the church because God gave everyone different ways to be the church together. So there's no church if there are no people. What I love about my parish churches is how you are welcoming, warm, and enthusiastic. And that is not a small thing. That's a big deal. Our churches feel alive, like a family, where, of course, there's love and arguments, but a deep bond and fellowship in Jesus Christ. Some get born into this family, and some marry into it and become new members. And that is how we grow as a church. With more or new members come more and different gifts, but also more opinions, potentially more truth telling. As a community, we change. The ELCA changes by talking about new challenges, positioning itself to what moves the world. New hymnals come out, and so on. But in this change, we must know that God does not change. And we must trust that God gives us the gifts to accept and handle the change. Some things are changes we welcome, and some are changes we do not welcome. Like if someone leaves the church or moves away. I guess it depends on the person. No, of course not. Some things are things we welcome, and some things sting. They're hard. It happens to us regardless. And we have to trust in God giving us the right gifts in this change, the right people, and in carrying us through that change. If you heard me listing the contributions people make to this church and you did not recognize yourself, maybe you ask what you could do, what gift you have, or you feel sad for not having done something yet. Then let me tell you this. By being here, you make one of the most vital contributions you could possibly make. Your service is vital because there's no church without the church goers. To each is given the manifestation of the Spirit for the common good, and that happens in a variety of gifts, services, and activities. So I want to encourage you to find out what your gift might be. Paul lists many gifts, and you can have several. I want to encourage you to go over the list at home and find out where you recognize yourself and which gift. This is something that might take time, and you have to pray over it and talk to God for it to be clear for you. For me, it's the gift of faith. Being able to believe, trusting, and being faithful to God has been a gift for me for so long as I have known God. And knowing that that is my gift helps me being patient and understanding of someone who cannot believe as easily as I do. I'm good at talking about my faith and listening and answering questions someone else might have about the Christian faith, whether they have only doubts or they don't believe in God and want to discuss faith. So recognizing that something is a gift given to you helps you to be patient and understanding with someone who did not receive the same gift as you did. It was given to you and not to someone else. Therefore, they might actually be struggling where you are not struggling. And they are better at something that you might not be as good at. So, apart from finding out what your gift is, it's also important to bring it in. If we keep it from one another, we do not get richer as a community. We lack something. The criteria for finding out your gift and bringing it in is it should serve other people. It should serve the congregation to build it up. Every bit is needed, but you have to remember it is given to you to serve others. God does not want us to be out for our own advantages or glory. Even though you receive the gift or do a service or activity, it is not about that very thing, but about what it serves. So ask yourself how you're serving the church with it and how you're serving God with your gift. It does not have to be a comfortable gift. If you are, for example, on the church council, you sometimes have to make uncomfortable decisions. What is important to remember is, as a church, we are made up of individuals gifted by God for many different services. We do it to serve each other, and this means there is change happening all the time. Some we welcome and some we don't. But we have to trust God that it will be all right. It's similar to the rain that is vital. It's a vital part of the system that we live in. A lot of people welcome the rain, and some don't. They don't like the rain. But we need it, and we are all thankful for the gift it brings. It brings forth fruit just as we do. Just as you do with whatever you bring to the service, the people, and the congregation. If you already do, or still need time to find out, whatever that is for you. Thank you for what you bring to the church and the world. And most of all, thank you for being here. We need you. Amen.